The member for Bass has the call.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Employment and Workplace Relations. How is the government supporting low-paid and vulnerable working people? And is the Minister aware of any obstacles to this support?
The Minister for Employment and Workplace Relations has the call.
I'd like to thank the member for Bass for his question. This government really respects low-paid workers. We understand that there are a lot of Australians who go to work who don't earn the average wage. In fact, members of the House may be interested to know that 1 in 7 of every Australian who goes to work receives the minimum wage. Members of the House may or may not be aware that the minimum wage in Australia is $15.96 an hour. We know that these Australians who work so hard are paying taxes, they're delivering profits for their companies. We also know they're raising families, they're building communities, they're making Australia a better country. That is why it is important that this government stands and supports low-paid workers with a strong safety net. The sort of people I'm talking about work in accommodation and they work in retail. They drive through the night doing part-time work in the trucking industry. They work in administration. Many of them didn't get the chance to finish school. Many of them from migrant backgrounds. Some are single, many are young. So what we are doing to support low-paid Australians, the people who help make this country, is we are lifting superannuation from 9 to 12%, and only we voted for that. We are ensuring that truck drivers have safe rates of pay. We are increasing the tax-free threshold to $18,000, and we're abolishing the tax that people who earn less than $37,000 a year pay on their superannuation. We are making sure that community sector workers, an industry predominantly worked in by women, we are making sure that they get some pay equity, and today we're making sure that there's a down payment for Australia's childcare workers with whom we entrust our children for their development and their safety. So our government absolutely stands up every time for low-paid workers. But the member for Bass said, are there any obstacles to it? And I'm afraid there are. It is an obstacle when one side of Australian politics refuses to ever talk about their workplace relations policy. There is a problem in this country in politics when the opposition complain on one hand, they say that there's a flexibility problem, but yet they never actually say what they mean. When you're on the minimum wage, you have no flexibility between balancing your family budget and going to work. When you're on the minimum wage,
the member for Mayo will leave the chamber on a 94A.
Up goes the IQ of the chamber. I withdraw. When you're on the minimum wage, you need the extra...
Had better leave quickly and quietly. I'm not in the mood.
When you're on the minimum wage, you need those penalty rates on the weekend to be able to pay your petrol bills to get to and from work. When you're on the minimum wage, you don't always have the choice about prioritising family over work. People on the minimum wage in this country, 1 in 7 of every Australian who works hard, they deserve better from the opposition than the opposition's complete refusal to engage in workplace relations policy in this country.